Did you know that back in 1843, a British captain named George Paulet illegally occupied the Kingdom of Hawaii in the name of Queen Victoria without the authorization of his superiors, destroyed all Hawaiian national flags that could be found, and raised the British Union Jack in its place? I mean, think about it. A British man destroying the Hawaiian flags and raising up their own British flag because it's deemed Hawaiian. That is further proof that both flags are not the same. But since we're on the subject, I thought I'd talk more about our Hawaiian flag. So buckle your seatbelts, this is going to be a long video. The Hāwai'i, or Hawaiian national flag, was first created back in 1816 by King Kamehameha the Great, in signifying the unification of the Hawaiian Islands under one rule. But did you know before then, all of the islands were being associated by different nations? I'll show you. So in this map, you can see that the 8 islands of Hawaii are each grouped between these canals. And there are 4 main islands led by different ali'i: Kauai, Oahu, Maui, and Hawaii. And this is where Kamehameha came from. And during these warring times, the chiefs of these islands became associated with different nations. Kauai became associated with Russia, Oahu, the United States, Maui with France, and you guessed it, King Kamehameha aligned with Britain. And this is Hawaii back in the late 1700s. And that is practically why we are called Hawaiians, because King Kamehameha came from Hawaii Island. Now, in our culture, when it comes to representation, symbolism is important, which is why there is so much symbolism put into our Hawaiian flag that many people overlook. Like, did you know that the Hawaiian flag is practically a fusion of all 4 of those nation flags? Take a look. So again, here are the 4 nations that Hawaii were associated with: France, United States, Britain, and Russia. They do a little fusion dance, and then boop, Hawaiian flag. It has the same ensign pattern as the United States, the colored stripes of both France and Russia, and of course the Union Jack on the top left corner. But another important factor that King Kamehameha recognized early on during that time is that these flags follow a certain color scheme. Pop quiz: what are the 3 most used colors on national flags? If you guess red, white, and blue, you are exactly right. Take a look at this. Using the Netherlands national flag as an example, 78% of all national flags use red, 75% use white, and 50% use blue. I mean, look at that. That's not even including the other flags that only use a combination of 2 of those colors. So yeah, early on, Kamehameha realized the importance of these colors, that it holds some symbolism of power and recognition. Now, you may have noticed that the current Hawaiian flag has 8 stripes, while the one back in 1816 had 9 stripes. There's no significance as to why 1 stripe was cut off. The stripes in our flag represent our 8 main islands: Ni'ihau, Lanai, Koho'olawe, Molokai, Kauai, Maui, Oahu, and Hawaii. But another fun fact, the placement of the stripes and colors symbolize our 4 deities of Hawaii. Check it out. Here we have our 4 deities of Hawaii: Kanaloa, Kane, Ku, and Lono. Kanaloa is recognized as our god of the ocean and of the afterlife. He is also called upon for blessings of sea navigation. Kane, Kanaloa's older twin brother, is the god of sun and sky, life and creation, and is often recognized of the blessing of fresh water. Ku is recognized as the god of war, politics, farming, and fishing. Lono is practically Ku's counterpart. He is the god of peace, agriculture and fertility, and music. Now, the colors associated with these deities are recognized as such on the flag. The color white represents Lono, the color red represents Ku, and the color blue represents Kane and Kanaloa. And as I mentioned, there is a particular reason why the stripes are patterned this way. As you can see, the white stripe up here representing Lono, and the red stripe on the bottom representing Ku, which, when the high Hawaii stands upright like so, it is a symbol of peace, because Lono, the white stripe, is at the top of the high. However, if the Hawaiian nation and its people are in conflict for whatever reason, the high is turned upside down, in which now the red stripe is at the top, which symbolizes protest. And that is technically why you would see some of these Hawaiian flags turned upside down during protests and marches. And I also have people asking me, don't you guys have other flags? In which we do. Let me show you. So these are the flags you would typically see here in Hawaii. So up top here is our national flag. And over here in the bottom left is our royal flag, which is used on ships to represent that a monarch is on board. It was made around the same time as the national flag in 1817. This flag here is deemed an unofficial Hawaiian flag. This is known as the Kanaka Maoli flag. It was created by a man named Gene Simeona in 2001. He claims that this is the actual original design of the Hawaiian flag, but there is no practical evidence of such claim, not to mention any evidence of Kamehameha using the colors green and yellow. But it became very popular amongst Native Hawaiians, so it's considered an unofficial Hawaiian flag. Practically a flag of the people. In which I have people ask, why not use those flags as your national flag? And the answer is practically everything I just told you up to now. It is literally the flag of the Hawaiian sovereign nation since it was formed back in 1816. And that's 208 years. 208 years and counting. That has been through all of Hawaii's history and its many forms. So let's do a quick review. It's a symbolic history of our islands associating with other world nations, a symbol of unification of the Kingdom of Hawaii, a symbol of sovereignty with its color schemes. It symbolizes our geographical islands, symbolizes our Hawaiian culture and deities, and it has been a symbolic voice of our people for over 2 centuries. But wait, what happened with that British Captain George Paulet? Well, Kamehameha III ceded his sovereignty in protest against this illegal occupation for 5 months, in which once his superior officers, including Queen Victoria, got word of it, she practically told him to get his butt back to Britain, in which the British Union Jack was taken down and the High Hāwai'i was raised back up, in which on that day of July 31st, 1843, King Kamehameha III established a national holiday known as La Ho'iho'i'ea, or Sovereignty Restoration Day. And that is why the High Hāwai'i is our nation's flag. Thanks for watching.